Alright guys, welcome to Mr. Post Frame. For those of you who don't know, my name is Paul. Today we're going to be covering more of the framing on this building. But before we get started, for those of you who are new, don't forget we have a Patreon if you're looking to self-build your own building or home. It's a group. We meet once a month. We do a live. You can ask me questions. We cover different topics. It's cool to be a part of a group, get to talk to other people that are doing the same thing. Also, if you're wanting to design your own home or building, we can help you out with that. Email us, design@MrPostFrame, and we can help you get started with that. But let's go ahead and jump into the show. All right, we are on lunch break. We got 3 sides all done. Jake and Cash had built this wall of the garage. We were gonna move it, and we just decided let's just put it up. It shouldn't be in the way of the trusses. Now it's not gonna get muddy if it rains. We'll have to work around it. We're gonna put this wall up kind of one post at a time anyway, because we're gonna have to leave access to get into the house with our skid steer so we can backfill it when the time comes. But eat lunch, get all the purlins ready, start setting trusses. Alright guys, real quick, 3 things we use our straps for. 1, we put one on each side of the truss so that we can guide it into place. Secondly, we use it to raise and lower our big jumbo nailer to nail in the trusses, because that's a lot easier. And 3, it helps us lock the truss down once it's in place. And then actually, the 4th thing it helps us do is it helps us square the building to get our fascia all straight for the steel. You're good, yeah. Alright guys, so the purlins on this building are staggered. So I get 18 foot and 20-foot purlins. So 20-foot I use on the end base so I can acquire my overhang and still get a foot overlap, and then in the middle we use 18-footers so we get a foot overlap on each side. However, on the top row of purlins and the bottom row of purlins, we butt them up, put a splice in there, and then we nail that splice in to the truss with a 60D. And the reason we do that is for at the top, we want a straight purlin all the way across for our ridge cap to screw into. And then on the bottom, the first row up from the fascia board, we run that straight as well, so we have somewhere to screw the entire snow bar, because typically we put snow bars on all these buildings on the bottom of the roof. So that's how we do that. Alright guys, yesterday we finished out getting the rest of our purlins on the main structure. So it's pretty much framed up. We don't have the fascia boards on, and we don't have our bottom grade board and our 2x4 girt on. And we'll wait to do that. It's just nice to be able to get in and out of here. So once we get the garage framed up, we got the back wall, but once we get the rest of that framed up, then we'll come back and do fascia boards, grade board, all that kind of stuff. So you can see I have X's on all my walls. I have an X with chains. These are 50-foot 1/4-inch chains. So we have an X there, X there, X there, and X there. Now I can go through and plumb my 4 corners. Once those are plumbed, then I'll start building my wall over there for the garage and the end wall. But this is turning out really nice and straight and square. So I'm pretty pumped. The guys are finishing up the, there's a couple wall girts here we got to do. And then we'll get going on the garage, but this is moving along. This is day 4 here, so we're doing pretty good. There's always challenges in building that you got to deal with, and you just got to roll with it. But I'm gonna get back to work here. So all our trusses on our houses, buildings, sit in a pocket on top of the truss. Where you have a problem with that is over garage doors. So say you're 8 foot on center, lands above garage door, we make a stub column of whatever ply we need. Typically I just make a 3-ply stub column, and what that is it's just a miniature column that fits above the garage door header and goes up where we can form a pocket so that truss can sit in it. And then we nail the truss into that stub column, and that transfers the weight down to the header and through all the framing. Alright guys, so that's going to be a wrap on part 2 of this framing. Again, we are going to put all of the material costs in here. It's just really hard to break down because the structure cost as far as labor, because I charge labor based on the whole building, like the framing, metal. So we will cover that when we finish up the framing. We'll give you the labor. I'll break down like how I charge per square foot and all that kind of good stuff. So as always, we appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you on the next video.